This is Aaron Golub, host of the Blind Ambition podcast. We'll be bringing you world-class leaders, entrepreneurs, and athletes, people who have overcome obstacles and used their ambition to create enormous success in their lives. If you enjoy this podcast, if you get anything out of it, the only thing I'll ever ask is that you subscribe, rate, and review. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Aaron Golub. I'm here today with Tanzel Smart. Tanzel, thanks so much for being with me.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
So for everyone who doesn't know, I played football with Tanzel at Tulane, defensive tackle. Now he plays for the Los Angeles Rams. And Tanzel, I got to say, man, you are probably the number one hardest working person I have ever met in my life.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Just a blessing to wake up every morning and do what I can, man.
It's incredible. I mean, I would remember the days, it was, a couple other people here and there, but so often late in the day, it was you and me going back to just get some extra work in the weight room or whatever it may be. And damn, dude, the stuff you were doing was insane. And I always, you were some of my motivation in the weight room, man, just trying to be like you when we were in there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I remember your bench and power clean, bro.
I appreciate that. But man, so I just want to start off and just talk to you about kind of, how you got to Tulane. Like how did that whole start? What was life for Tanzel like when you were younger, really working as hard as you could to be able to play in college?
Well, man, I went to Scotland. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for those who don't know. And I went to Scotlandville High. And man, to tell the truth, I came in high school like 309 as a freshman, man, and like 309 pounds. I was real, fat, kind of sloppy or whatever. And then, I started working out and I played basketball in high school. I didn't play varsity. I was on a varsity team or whatever, but, that really helped me shed some pounds. And, because at first, actually, going to high school, I was taking my physical and my blood pressure was kind of high, just because of, being, 14 years old, 309 pounds, it's a lot on a kid's heart or whatever. But I never had any heart problems, thank God. But, just eating, man. Eating as a young boy, my blood pressure high, and I had to shed some weight, and that really brought life to me. Like, man, I gotta do this. But fast forward, I was just getting better and better, and in high school for my junior year, I'm like, man, I really could do this, And my junior year, Tulane, my first offer. I didn't have any big offers, but Tulane is big to me, and that was my best offer, and they really showed interest the whole time I was in high school, from 11th to 12th grade. And, I went on a visit and fell in love with it. I committed. It's 45 minutes from Baton Rouge. So, and I still live in New Orleans in the off season now.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. The amount of work that you put in. And then when you were at Tulane, what drove you to put in all that extra time in the weight room? Like, I know what drove me, but it's different for everyone. So what made you go back every day and put in that extra time, whether it was in the weight room or on the field or just doing that extra step that no one else did?
And then actually, so when I got to college, I picked up some more weight, and my freshman year I got to 336. So, Coach Stephanie Sharp, she had me in the weight room, I was losing pounds or whatever. Then I got down to a nice, like 290, 290, 300 pounds. And I just found out, like, man, I just got to do something. I lost weight, and I was having a good sophomore year. And I was like, man, I gotta take the next step, So I went to going back, lifting, getting on the field, just going through plays in my head, and I, just like, I used to be there by myself, that's me now. I don't need anyone to, to watch me work, I went back by myself, lifting, running, doing extra cardio, and what drove me really was, man, I wanted to get to the NFL so bad, and and I'm still working right now, but I wanted to get to the NFL so bad. That was my lifetime goal, and that's everybody. I feel like everybody in the world wants that to be at the top of their profession, and me at the top of my profession right now is just a blessing, man.
Man, it's an inspiration to so many. I mean, the work that you put in, I witnessed it firsthand, and it's incredible. I mean, for anyone listening to this, I truly believe Tanzel is one of, if not the hardest working person I've ever met, and his journey has been incredible. And talk to me a little about the transition, because when you went from college to the NFL, I mean, you got drafted, I forget what round, but fairly high, and then you've done a great job on the Rams.
Right, right. So, you probably didn't know this, but I'm not with the Rams anymore because they let me go around, a month ago. A lot of people
Okay.
didn't know. A lot of people don't know, but we could talk about that, and I could just spill the beans on that. But the transition, man, was, I feel like going to OTAs, and I'm by myself. I'm in LA. I'm across the country, man. Big LA, all the traffic or whatever. And I'm like, man, the transition to the NFL was pretty cool though. Like just, the speed, and everybody's fast and everybody's strong. So, but just like you said, my work ethic, my drive, I'm like, man, look, I was a 6th round pick, Tulane, it's not often guys come out of Tulane, but now, it's starting to pick up a little bit, but not often guys come out of Tulane. I was real slept on coming out of college. And man, I had to keep working and keep getting faster, keep getting stronger, and because I really want to play. And I was blessed enough to start 4 or 5 games my rookie year, man. My first game was against Dallas, man. I had a blast. I balled out, man, and it was perfect, man. So, the transition was not easy at all, but it was, I can't say it was real hard, but it wasn't easy. Like, it's easy in the NFL though to just it's easy to get cut, man. It's easy to fall on the back of the bench. It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely. And going off that, if you don't mind, I guess what happened with the Rams? What are your next steps? And where are you going from here?
So the Rams let me go after a team meeting, a virtual team meeting. But all the Coach McVay talked to me, Les Snead over there, the GM. All those guys got respect for me. Just like you said, I went to work, I handled myself like my mom raised me and my grandparents raised me. I handled myself well. I had Aaron Donald playing in front of me. That's the best player in the NFL. So, it's so much I can do. But at the end of the day, I just thought, I thanked them for, I learned a lot, and I still got those relationships with those guys. But now, COVID has kind of messed everything up. I was getting a lot of calls at first when I got cut. Now they kind of trim it down because I feel like teams trying to see what they're trying to do as far as COVID, because, COVID messed the world up, as everybody know. But I've been getting a lot of calls, man, and I'm just waiting, working out, waiting just to get that call to go in. But, as you know, nobody's in the facilities right now. So it's hard for you to get a physical. It's hard for you to go work out for somebody. So, it was a bad time for them to cut me. But at the end of the day, man, it's all God's plan. And, I'm not complaining at all.
No, absolutely. And you know what, that patience will pay off. That patience, that work ethic, everything that you're doing now, it's not like you got cut and you said, okay, I'm just going to sit on my couch during COVID. You continue to work. You put in all that time every single day to get where you want to be, because the team's going to give you another opportunity. It's just about when. It might be today. It might be next week. It might be a month from now. You don't know, but it will come.
Right. And that's just how I'm taking it, man. One day at a time. Like, like this year has been a real tough year for me. My mother passed, and I got cut, like, what I'm saying? So, but I got engaged too. So that was like the biggest milestone, biggest like part of this year. But, I feel like you got to go through certain times like this, in your life. Because if it was easy, everybody could do it. So, it's just my story. I have a story to tell somebody else what happened, because 2020, COVID and all the stuff I just mentioned. But, I'm glad I'm going through these times right now, so I feel like these times are testing me as a person, and mentally and physically.
And everything you do. I mean, I know how big of a role that your mom played in your life, and I'm sure that your actions today are things that she taught you, and that's incredible, because you're still living on her memory and doing things for her. And I guess what would you say is what's the number one thing that she taught you kind of with your work ethic?
Man, I feel like my mom just saying, so my mom started off as a, when I was young, she was like working like security guard jobs and stuff. Then she drove buses and she did home help. But, she kind of left that mark of work in me. Like, she never, even though she had congestive heart failure for 10 years, and she was still working, just working. My grandma was like, why you just don't start working? She was like, I can't stay at home. And I was like, my grandma was like, man, just tell her to like stay at home. So I'm talking to her, I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, this is what she loved doing, is working. And it's gonna drive her crazy sitting in the house. But I just watched her all my life grow up. We didn't, we didn't have a hard life, but it wasn't like peaches and cream, but we never went hungry. We always had clothes on our back. The lights was always on, the air, we had water, everything was good, and that was because of her. And that's how I want to treat my kids, because she instilled in me work, man. She worked all her life until, she couldn't work no more.
Man, that's so powerful and such an incredible role model to have had your entire life, man. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Man, the one thing I've been waiting to ask you, and this is probably my favorite question of this interview right now. What is going to happen in the future with you opening up your own wing restaurant? Because I'm telling everyone, I can't wait to go there. It's going to be the best wings you'll have ever tasted.
Hey, man, it's coming. It's coming. Because, like, I've been growing. I've been growing in the food tip, because you follow me on Instagram, so you see all the stuff I post, man. And, it's coming. I've been talking about that since college, and that's still one of my lifetime goals. So you will see a wing place coming soon, if not soon enough, but you will see it. And and I kind of been, I've been in New Orleans. There's a lot of food in New Orleans, so I have a lot of restaurants I have in my phone, and I'm gonna start reviewing them or whatever, because that's just something I enjoy, and wings are my favorite food, so I'm kind of critical on the wing spots.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I have no doubt that when you start a wing restaurant, it is going to be the best wing restaurant ever. It's just, I cannot wait to go.
I appreciate it, man.
That's going to be awesome. But man, thank you so much for coming on here today. Just so for everyone knows, like where can they find you? What's your Instagram or anything else that you want to share?
Okay, you can find me at TJ_B, the letter B, chillin, CHILLEN, on Instagram and Twitter. And plus, me and my fiance have a YouTube channel, TJ Jada and TJ_B chillin. Y'all go check that out. She's studying for the NAPLEX right now. She's a pharmacy student. Well, she graduated this year. She's a soon to be a doctor after she passed this test right here. And y'all go check us out, man. We're talking about life, the journey I'm on and she's on. Both of us had bumps and bruises in both our careers, but we still prevailed. So, y'all go check us out and check me out, man, on TJ_B chillin. And yeah, that's how to find me, man.
Awesome, man. That's great. And thank you again for taking the time to be here. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man. Let me know. We can do it again.